Hi, Rich Lieberman live on the Media Pulse for a Friday in almost the middle of September. It's Friday the 13th, which, you know, every media company, do you notice they have to mention the fact that it's Friday the 13th? Like, I guess I'm contradicting myself, but like it's a big deal. Like, we haven't had a Friday the 13th in a long, long time, right? But in any event, I think it's kind of, talk about something that has jumped the shark. Friday the 13th mentions and all that. Okay, so free for all, I call it. I'm watching, by the way, all the this news about these NASA astronauts who have to stay up in space till like February. They can't come back because they have this little problem with the spacecraft. And, I'm thinking to myself, look, they're in good shape. They're talking on all the various cable outlets and so forth. And, are they going to be normal? I don't mean they themselves specifically, but their bodies and how being in space an extended amount of time, when they come back, are they going to be a little fragile and all? It's just a layman's question. And all. It's interesting stuff. And I'm fascinated. As a little kid, I was really into space and, the heavens and the big oval Earth sphere and all that with space in the background and all that. In any event, okay, little side topic here or there. It's a Friday, free for all. I'm going to go all over and dart everywhere. Okay. First off, I want to thank a lot of you folks for acknowledging the interview. It wasn't fantastic, wasn't one of my best, but I had Joe Starkey on and we talked. And, by the way, I had the same thoughts some of you may have had that Joe looked a little ticked off, but he wasn't. He just has that kind of style with regards to the Howard Stern in the background. Hey, I can't control all that. I do the best that I can. But there was no, according to Joe, there was no issues there. So you conspiratorial people, nah, okay. You're better off to saying that the earth is flat and all that. Okay. So, and I have more of those planned, but folks, and this is going to sound like a cliche, and oh, he's going to ask for money and all that. Look, I can only go on this site as long as you assist me. One of the things that I offer, among others, ladies and gentlemen, is I tell you that this is a unique site in that I am live every day. There's no tape. There's no preponderance of statistical goo and talking about various stupid things. I like to keep it current. I like to keep the media aspect there. You see, most of my content, if not all, is fresh. And wow, that's kind of wacky, huh? Wow, just what I wanted to see. But I keep it interesting, or at least I try to, and talk about everything from Bay Area media to national media, politics. We talked about the debate. I gave you my analysis and all of that, which I think was kind of unique. So to keep the interviews going, and I have some great ones planned, please. I am only as good as your help, your assistance, your contributions. I know a lot of you get every day you get hit on. Please contribute here. Please subscribe there. Yada, yada, yada. Myself, you don't want to look at your cell phones anymore because you get these phone calls, most of which are gobbledygook and scams and all that. I am not a scam. Boy, am I opening myself up for shit. I realize that everybody's getting fed up with being hit on for anything, myself included. And I don't have much, folks. I use the little teeny weeny stuff that I get from you guys mostly to pay for my expenses. So please, if you can send a contribution, a donation, whatever the heck you want to call it, my way, you're going to get multiple postings, scoops, information. I know a lot of you thank me for the update with regards to Sarah Donchi at Channel 5. You got that. You know, I told you that many weeks ago we'd have an interview with Joe Starkey. We delivered. I keep saying we. I delivered because I don't have a staff. I'm my staff. I write, I produce, I plan, I do the talent. I don't have the most elaborate background. The graphics are minimal. What I spend upon is so I could keep going on the air and give you a fresh, live, everyday content, whether it's scoops, whether it's news, whether it's my opinion, which you seem to like, even most of you who don't agree with me. That's called life, and that's actually pretty good from a passionate standpoint because differences of opinion on anything, especially media, that brings about a pretty lively, entertaining free for all. Okay. So please, I'm going to get to my next point in a second. Please make a donation, whether it's $5, $10, 20, whatever you can afford. I will personally thank you, call you if you want, but let you know that I received your donation. You just go on your laptop or your desktop. Unfortunately, you can't access it from your phone for whatever reason. And just click on my PayPal donation button. It gets right to me. And again, I appreciate your help and I appreciate you giving me contributing to this endeavor so I could continue to give you what you look forward to every day and that kind of a thing. Okay, this is big too. And that has to do with the comments. And I know a lot of you say that I censor censor comments. And by definition, I guess I do. But let me tell you what my policy is. Has always been my policy, and I'll repeat it till I'm dead and deader. Yes, I do control whether or not the comments get on or not get on. If you're going to rip me, which I don't mind, if you're going to get real personal, that you better damn well identify yourself. I don't want nor act like I'm going to publish your comments when and some of you get really crude, which is fine. I kind of giggle a little bit. But if you're going to look, if you're going to make a really vicious, or for that matter, any kind of I don't publish any vicious shit. Just like I try not to publish vicious stuff against people that I talk about here or whomever. Public people have a little bit less of rope because of the fact that they're public, like myself. But I am not going to put comments on that deride me and are derisive and critical that take shots at me when it's anonymous. I just don't do that. I don't know how many times I got to say it. You want to rip me? You want to get crude? If you identify yourself, which by the way, I still have to make sure that's you, then okay. And here's the big one. The big one. I know a lot of you who read me and watch me are public people. I know that. And I will say publicly until I'm blue in the face, I would love to debate any of you. You want to come here and take me on? God, love it. I don't hide behind keyboards and computers. I don't hide and make shots that I do make that I am very critical. I'd like to say that I'm a little bit, constructive, critical, that kind of a thing. But if you're going to take shots at me and you don't identify yourself, I'm not going to publish your comment. It's as simple as that. If you get vicious and really crude, and believe it or not, folks, I'm very good at certain things. I know who you are. I really do. I have ways. And you want to take me on, you want to come here and debate. I love debates. I really do. Look, I have ripped people, I've been critical of people, but my name is right there. It's right here in the back, it's up top, it's on YouTube, which I thank for giving me this forum. Look, I'm open. I'm very, very open, especially media people who've taken me to task and all that. But I'm very public about who I criticize. And if you want to engage with me, and by the way, some people said, oh, maybe they don't want to legitimize you. The hell they don't. They're here. They're already legitimizing me as if I needed their validation and all that, for God's sakes. How ridiculous is that? I love the people who say, oh, you're just some kind of a vlogger now. Really? Then why are you here? Jeez, go figure. Why do people do interviews with me? Okay. And I'm trying every day to get not just people in news and sports and entertainment, what have you. I'm trying to get national people. And I've got a lot of things that are planned because they understand that people are watching me. Now, for those of you going to, bemoan me or delegitimize or lampoon me because I've got only a limited amount of people on YouTube. Look, I'm just starting out. I'm getting word of mouth. My own site, which by the way, I take the videos off of of YouTube and post them to my site. That has really grown, and it is growing. And for a variety of reasons, folks, I can't write as much as I used to because of certain limitations and liabilities. I'm not going to get into that now. But yeah, I do, if you want to use the word censor, I've stated this a million times. This is not a democracy here, unfortunately. It's a dictatorship. So, and by the way, if you want to offer criticisms, constructive or otherwise, but mostly constructive, I encourage that. I have said repeatedly a good, legitimate difference of opinion is okay. I don't mind that. But when you get really crude and vulgar and all that, I do mind that. And for those of you who offer decent, not crude or vulgar, differences of opinion and take shots at me, though, no, I'm not going to put your comments up. If you make a pointed allegation or criticism, just identify yourself. That's all I'm asking. Doesn't mean and if you want to remain anonymous, then and you have kind of a generalized type of difference of opinion, that's fine too. But I'm not necessarily going to publish your comments. I think that's being absolutely fair. If you disagree, you want to send me an email, we can talk about it. And maybe I'll change my mind. I'm not trying to be hoity-toity, folks. I'm just trying to survive, as I've often stated. I have a forum here. I know a lot of you liked my interviews. You like my opinions. You like the fact that there is at least something here to which we all have a forum, especially in light of the fact that we have no radio here and what's taking place with, the fact that we couldn't even talk about the debate unless you were here. And that's the last thing I'm going to get to in a second about political discourse. But I have a forum, and it is involving media, and it's pretty soon, God willing, I'm going to extend it beyond local, try to make it national, and opinion and breaking news and all that kind of a thing. We'll do that too. By the way, some of you have asked me, I happen to have it on in the background, my monitor. It's usually on CNN or MSNBC, which I don't really care for because they've got predictable pundits. I like CNN because, in the event of breaking news, they do have affiliates all over the world, and they do a good job of bringing you, me, everyone, breaking news, that kind of a thing. So I do have them on. It doesn't mean I'm endorsing them. I've criticized them. Hell, a couple of weeks ago, I gave them crap because of the fact that during that shooting, the latest one that we had in Georgia, they went to a couple of commercials. So I rip everybody and everything. People can rip me. I'm not always your daily cup of coffee, Mr. Pleasant Sunshine every day. I don't mind criticism, but depending upon how pointed you get and how personal and how, specific and pronounced your rip job is, no, I'm not going to publish everything. That's why they have editors. Okay. So we'll go through that jargon here. Um, what else was I going to say? I was going to make a specific something about something. Oh yeah. And I've got a lot of your comments with regards to the personnel at Channel Two and KPIX. I've been complimentary to KPIX because I think they're making some creative efforts to, with the help of MAGA, MAGA. That's a good misname. Mega pockets like CBS is. How the hell did I go to MAGA? I guess it was inevitable, right? Um, they're trying, and they do a good job, and there are areas to which I still think they're a little too slick, but whatever. They had the mayoral debate the other night. I'm not a resident of San Francisco, but I watched. And boy, that was interesting why the current mayor of San Francisco was absent, even though she okayed the fact that she was going to be at the debate and participating. Maybe certain news events recently, a few weeks ago, gave her a convenient means to escape the debate that wasn't there for her to be there, even though she said she was going to be there the other night. Anyway, so that's going on. Any event, so I will be here later on, more than likely. If not, I will definitely be here on Saturday. Please, again, contribute to Rich. That's what pays the bills. That's what keeps Rich going and alert and enabling me to give you fresh content literally every day. And I want to thank Joe Starkey again. Thank you for all who saw it, watched my interview, and appreciated it. And thanks. We'll see you later.